G'day guys, Wormwood. As a sentient plant of lunar origin, Wormwood was born and raised in the Constant, which is something that sets him apart from pretty much every other character. And with the war raging between Moon and Shadow, many characters are faced with the decision on what side to pick. Wormwood is not one of those characters. He is very heavily lunar oriented, and while he gains unique abilities from this, it definitely poses some challenges too. And when you add on his bloom meter, his unconventional healing, and intense reaction to harming plant life, Wormwood requires you to more or less rethink how you play the game. And since I hadn't played as him for a long time, I had a lot to learn if I wanted to conquer this world and make it my own. There would definitely be some mistakes along the way, some deaths for sure, but I was confident that we'd get there in the end. Welcome to 100 Days of Don't Starve Together as Wormwood. I picked my skill tree with an emphasis on abilities I'd be able to use in the early game and set out through the portal. My goal for this run is to make my way through the entire roster of bosses as Wormwood only, so no switching between characters whatsoever. If I had a problem, I'd have to find a solution as Wormwood. I figured this would force me to learn how to really use the character's strengths, especially for a few of the tankier bosses early on before I'm able to unlock some of the more powerful abilities. But it was still very early for all that. I was already starting to realize that getting a decent supply of wood was going to be a pain in the ass if every tree cost me 15 sanity, but at least that meant I wouldn't have much problem gathering nightmare fuel, so it's not all bad. I built a science machine, got myself a backpack, a shovel and a spear, and continued mapping out the world. One thing I did make sure I had in this world, I made sure I had a reed trap, and I have 4 McTusk. Ooh, there's the scrapyard. Broken Wobot. I don't think I'm gonna gather that right now. But it's nice that it's there. I don't really know where I want to build. I haven't thought about it too much. I guess we'll explore the world and then decide, but Savannah is always a nice option. I feel like I do that every time, you know? I would like to make a lantern if I can. Could go downstairs, get some light bulbs. I could build at spawn. Where was spawn? Over there. You can build at spawn for a bit. Oh, wow. Come on. Day 4. What are the chances? Alright, come with me to the portal, please. I would like to fight you, but I need to mix some stuff first. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough logs, actually, because I need to craft the alchemy engine, and that's gonna use all my logs. Damn it. Alright, may as well use it all. How much sanity do I have? 200. So you lose 15 for chopping it down, but then you get 10 for planting it. So you have a net loss. Not good, not good. It wasn't the tree guard was supposed to meet us here. He didn't make it. Got distracted. He was a lumpy one, right? There it is. I decided to turn off the epic health bar. I don't mind it so much for a dedicated service, but I do feel like it's a little cheaty because it influences what decisions you make. Alrighty, we got living logs. All I need is a red gem, and I can make a data manipulator. That's pretty cool. Maybe I should get some more logs and build a chest. Do I need a chest? You're not gonna get, nothing's gonna spawn at this time, right? Rot inside. Interesting. Take this stuff first. Does it still burn it? Will it burn it down? Yep. Yikes. I got my first hound wave at the end of day 6, and the single hound was no match for my trusty spear. I then broke my trusty spear on a koalefant that I found and had to use an axe to finish it off. Oh, can we get a hat? Get a nice hat here. Straw roll. Yeah! Woohoo! Ah! Oh, whoa, we got the suspicious boulder already. Jeez. That feels super early, no? Small's here too. We got a pan flute. I might take that actually. Don't want anything happening to it. We'll have to come back here in 2 days for the full moon. Don't know if I need gears right at this moment. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. A gear or two. Little snack before the fight. Little snack during the fight. Ow. Nice. It's too far away for the rook to even notice. Perfect. I stumbled onto a couple of pigs fighting a couple of merms and used that as an opportunity to get some fish. Rotten fish is one of the fertilizers Wormwood can use to induce blooming out of season, and I was pretty keen to do that since there are a lot of upsides to being in full bloom. I also found a red gem which I could use to eventually make a shadow manipulator at base and get some magic gear like a dark sword. Wiggles! I thought his name was Pighouse. Oh, they're both Wiggles. It's the Wiggles! We need to find 2 other pigs called Wiggles and put them all together. Give them like instruments. There's Jimbo. Oh, he was right at the end. Come on. Hey. Hello, clown face. It's me. Each club kept. Okay, well, we gotta do that. We get 1 club. Get rid of all of the other non-clubs. Hey, hey, hey. Whoa, damn. I get a 6 of clubs. Oh, that's really good though. Jeez. First try. Not bad, Wormwood, not bad. Give me some bananas. Hey, good for sanity. I like it. Cheers, Jimbo. Where was Glom? Was somewhere here? There he is. Oh, geez, we're quite far away. We're gonna have to book it. Hello. Alright, good. I was just thinking, I'm gonna need some space. And there is space. Why is Glommer important? I need to eat some Glommer goop. so I can bloom. There he is. Jeez, like I told you, just. Alright, let's go. Whew. By the end of day 12, I'd finished mapping out the land, and the spawn area was actually looking like a decent place to settle down, and totally not because I was just too lazy to move somewhere else. I built myself a miner hat and used the rotten fish to start my very first bloom. By the way, if you're wondering about the bloom meter, I use a mod to show that, and you can see my mod list in the description if you're interested. I also built a tiny little kitchen to start making a few crockpot meals instead of eating plain meat and other things I pick up off the floor. And in the morning I caught some bunnies to make a prestidigitator, or prestifishator in this case. It didn't last long because I immediately replaced it with a shadow manipulator. But now that I had a dark sword, I was keen to head into the caves for a basic scouting and glowberry run. Got no meat. We're good. Bunnies. We could use some bunnies, I reckon. Get them to do some fighting for us. Do you remember, I think it was my first solo world, I built like 30 bunny houses so they could fight Bee Queen for me? Not the worst idea. Ah. Okay. Well, that's the... Oh, fuck! He didn't see me, it's alright. That's the way to feel, Weaver. I haven't had one of those spawn naturally in my worlds yet. Because my world was generated before that was a thing. Hello? Making friends. Yeah. Let's go. There's one. Nice. Probably... no, don't fight Hutch. No. My boy. You're attacking my son. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna give this meat to you, Hutch, so then the bunnies are not gonna get triggered. I took a brief break from the cave to make my moggles before heading back down into the ruins. It was too close to winter for me to want to do anything substantial in there, and I didn't have the appropriate gear anyway, but I did want a Starcaller, so I thought I'd pop in and out real quick. To my complete surprise, the ruins were very kind to me this time, and I managed to find a green gem and a yellow gem in no time at all. It's yellow! In fact, I ended up making 2 Starcallers, and then got the hell out of there just in time to dodge the incoming cold. Or so I thought. Ah, fuck. Never mind. That's shit timing. Oh god. Shit. Oh. Wait. I don't know how confident I am running through. I'm getting hungry too. Can it please end? Look, let's just go. Let's run. I'm faster than they are. You guys fight that. Fuck. It's terrifying. If I get cold, I will probably die. It should end very soon, right? Very, very soon. Where is Hutch? There we go. And they sleep. Perfect. We did it. Bloody hell. I should have just popped down a star and sat there, honestly. And then walked through comfortably. I chased down a few McTusks as the first snows of winter started falling and had pretty poor luck. I managed to get one tusk out of the first 4 camps, but no tams. The tusk was the main thing though, so I can't complain too much, I guess. I feel fast now. Hell yeah. Bloomy plus Kane. This is good. This is good. There he is. Prize inside? Okay. I'll make a star. And a little bit more health. A little bit more health would be good. Come on. That's bullshit, man. That's so bullshit. I couldn't be bothered killing spiders for too long, especially when they weren't giving me many spider glands, so I went back home and crafted a measly 3 healing salves, which I consumed immediately. I got some of my sanity back by digging up and replanting a sapling as God intended, and then I wanted to do a second pass at the McTusks before circling back to claws. Gonna need more living logs. Oh, I'm fucking Wormwood. Guys. All this time we're like, oh, what's the best way of getting a living log? Is it a tree guard? Is it a grotto? Blah, blah, blah. Dude, I can just chop my fucking arms off. The McTusk left me 2 hats this time, which was very kind of them. While I'm editing this video, I realized that I left one tam on the floor and just completely forgot about it, and now I'm really curious to see how long it takes me to realize. I'm almost fully bloomed. It'll kick in. Yeah! I like how he does that. And it just gets completely covered by this little hat. Okay, sure. I collected a few stingers and chopped off a few arms to make my first bramble husk, which will become one of the most important items in this run going forward. I would have tested it on Deerclops that night, but I had a reed trap that needed clearing, and I sure as hell wasn't going to do it. Even collecting the loot was pretty dangerous, but I still had that claws fight that I was keen to do, and even though I had very minimal gear, I was feeling pretty confident. Maybe a bit overconfident in hindsight. I also forgot to bring a pan flute or any kind of healing, so I ate a few hits from the Krampuses and couldn't really recover that HP. You can see just how good the Bramble Husk is though. Every 3 hits it deals damage in a small radius, making it basically a free DPS boost, but by the second phase of the fight things were starting to get very dicey. My Dark Sword ran out and I didn't have enough Nightmare Fuel to make a new one, so I had to build a spear on the fly and use that for the rest of the fight, all while my health sat dangerously low. And to make matters even worse, I was starting to get hungry. Thankfully, due to being Wormwood, I could eat monster meat without taking any damage, but it was a far from ideal situation. Let's go. Holy shit. That was so painful. Oh. Fucking hell. That battle lasted like 2 days. Alright. Come on. Give me something good. Give me something good. eyeball. I told you I'd get it down further. I knew it. Like, the steel wool is okay at best. Why did I get 2 life-giving amulets? Come on, man. How many times do you think I'm gonna die? How come you can't gain health from eating food, but you can lose health from not eating food, huh? Fucking hypocrites. Oh shit, I need a lightning rod. I remembered, oh my god. Electric eel. Yeah, let's go electric eel. I remembered before it started raining. What is this? It's gotta be a record. The main objectives for spring, moose goose. Moose goose. There's not a whole lot to do. I'm nervous that I'm gonna leave and come back and there are gonna be eye plants here. Ah, it's fine. I decided that I wanted to locate the lunar islands, and after analyzing my map, I made myself a boat and set sail in the direction I thought looked most likely. And my analysis was correct because I found it practically immediately. There are a handful of useful things to get from the moon, like stone fruit bushes and anemones, and while I would collect those, the main thing I wanted was bull kelp. Not only is bull kelp a fast growing, all year round source of food, but you can try it quickly for good sanity, and it's one of the main ingredients of growth formula, which is the secret to permanent bloom. But we'll get to that another time. Hell yeah. How many was that? 45. Not bad. Not bad. Thanks, Glom. As soon as I was able to, I planted the bull kelp I had collected in a row and pushed them all into one spot with a grass boat. This saves a lot of space and makes it a lot easier to gather when it's grown. Look at that. Perfect. And that grows like every day and a half as well. Yum. I need a shovel. Hey! Oh, fucking hell. Okay. That is not good. That is very scary. I put that lure plant to good use though. Combined with a bat that I made earlier, I had a pretty neat way of farming a lot of living logs. At least until my sanity or bat ran out. After that, I turned my attention to moose goose, which was kind of my main goal for spring. And it's safe to say that I was significantly more prepared for this fight. It's also a much easier opponent, to be fair, but we took the win and moved on. Also got struck by lightning, which turned my backpack skin yellow, which is kind of cool. Shout out to Labrat, good game. Back at base, I hadn't really done a lot of building yet, but I put down a bird cage and got a bird so I could at least get some eggs for my crockpot dishes. Going. Oh, for that seed. What are you going for? Eh? Where are you going? Mushroom? Berry, fuck it out. How far away from your mother can you go? Aha! Never mind. As I was looking around the map for the suspicious marble pieces, I stumbled back onto the conspicuous chest and thought I'd grab the terrarium while I was around. Fighting the Eye of Terror early on in the game is normally a fairly good strategy, as the hat is decent armor and is repairable. Is that it? That's the last one? Bee Queen was looking after it. Fuck's sake, it was literally the last place that I went. Why? It's also like just about the furthest you can get from where I need to go. Is it? Not really, actually. In fact, this might not be that bad because I can take it onto a boat and then take the boat all the way across. Ah, no. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Change of plans. Free cleaning. It left everything in a bunch. Yikes. Lucky it didn't eat my Starcaller. I don't think it would have eaten anything important. Alright, chests is what I want to do. 25. Did I have 25? Fuck. Wait. I thought I had like 40. Fuck. They really eat 20 of them? Nah. My plan for this base, I want it to be like last base was very symmetrical. You know, everything's square, everything fit nicely in a grid, super symmetrical base, and it was nice. I liked it. This base, complete opposite. I want nothing to fit with anything. I want it to be, actually that's not true. I want it to be organized, but in a very chaotic way. And I don't really know what that's gonna look like right now, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I think I did something like this a long time ago. I don't know if you guys were around back then, but in one of the early dedicated servers when I was playing as Wartox, I did a base kind of like that, where, you know, combining turf, putting, you know, different kinds of items next to each other that don't normally go together, and it was really cool. Was it practical? No. Could I have organized it better for efficiency? Definitely. But I was really proud of how it turned out. I don't know if that means that I'm gonna have to plan it, because I did plan that one, like in a spreadsheet. We'll see. But for now, I'm just gonna let things kind of take their own course. Yeah, organic base, exactly. Like Wormwood is a plant. You want things to grow up naturally. Oh, I did not realize that. Okay, so like I picked the skill. I picked the skill that makes them be friendly to you. Yeah, bees and butterflies will tolerate wormwood unless provoked. So I thought that, like, yeah, I didn't think they would like not hurt me. That's really cool. I don't know why I didn't think that. Because what else would it be? Hell yeah. I should build bee boxes then. But nothing to fear. I can't even press F to kill them. Because we're friends. I did a tiny bit of building and turf placement, mainly to get my important stuff out of the reach of hungry eyeballs, but now that it was summer, we had work to do. And the first order of business was fishing. Unfortunately, I needed the blueprint for the desert goggles and the crown trinket for brick flooring. Fuck. Pounds. Man. Come on! Yeah! Yo, in the last one! Hell yeah! That is so funny. Oh, hello. Tag team. Yeah! Hey! I helped you! You're fat. Okay, you can have the shit one. Oh, it breaks those. Oh, that's Pog. That is so Pog. Love you, Wormwood. Nice. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Why did you not do this one? Huh? What happened here? Why'd you leave a doorway? Yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, 7 hats. No problem. While I was in the area, I killed a few vault goats, although I soon realized that I'd need to be more careful attacking with the bramble husk on, since I might get more attention than I was looking for. I also didn't get a single horn, which was a bit mean. I did have enough materials to upgrade my backpack though. As cool as the skin was, I'm a piggyback kind of guy. The extra space is definitely worth the minor speed penalty for me, especially if I wanted to go into the ruins, which I did. I also took Hutch on the trip with me, although I wasn't sure how I was going to sneak him past the monkeys undetected. In the end, I decided to leave him somewhere near the entrance, and he could help carry things on the way back, perhaps. I'm sure he appreciates just being taken out for a walk every now and then, you know? Now, when I'm clearing the ruins, I like to put a star in an area with a lot of stuff around it, so it allows me to put on all my armor and work with a bit less stress before moving over to another area and repeating the process. It also helps to conserve my moggles a bit if I don't have many glowberries. And speaking of glowberries, a wave of depth worms, or wigglies as Wormwood calls them, every now and then doesn't hurt. Things were going pretty well. I was getting a lot of good gems, but I didn't have any healing items with me, and my health eventually got so low that I had to make a tactical retreat. I also left Hutch behind because I kind of forgot about him. Sorry, buddy. After spending the whole night in a tent, I was ready to jump back down for round 2. And this time I repaired one of the damaged pseudoscience stations and built a little chest next to it so I could dump all my ruins loot in there. This would become my little safe haven in the ruins, and also my base of operations to craft any gear I needed, like the Lazy Explorer and crowns that I made. Whoa! Oh, yeah. That's more like it. You can see the mushroom. Alright, I'm glad I did that. Dude, this ruins is a lot bigger than I thought. I probably am not gonna have to clear it that much. Because, like, I've got so many things. And I don't even know if I'm, like, finished. I don't think so. 9 yellows. Yeah, was it 9? Fucking hell. And that's, like, I made 2 star callers before this as well. So it was at least 11 yellows so far. And another green. That's pretty damn good. Pretty fucking good. Let's go back out. We need to... I want to get to the labyrinth. We'll kill Ancient Guardian and then maybe we'll call it a day. Where is this guy? Dude! Oh! That way. Okay, bloody hell. G'day, mate. Oop. He moved? Look at them all. Don't do that. What? He's probably almost dead. Gonna need another dark sword at this rate. Oh, Joss. Yeah. Cool. Pretty comfy fight, I think. Let's trigger all of these. And I can walk around here safely. No mag or Starcaller. Honestly, that's pretty shit loot. I'll have a proper look in a sec, but... Like, ever since they updated the loot table, you can't really get a bad loot chest, but that's like as bad as you can get. The gems are alright, but Pretty Lazy Explorer is alright. Another crown is nice. How am I going to carry this stuff? Look, I don't need 45 frazzled wires, I don't think. Oh fuck, there's just more ruins. Oh my god. It just keeps going. I've got enough. Alright, did I... The key? I left the key in there? I left the key in there, didn't I? Alright, let me make a note of that, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Notes. I left the key with Guardian. Okay. Oh yeah, we left Hutch in there. Poor guy. He'll be alright. Oh, perfect. Dude, that's such a talent that I have for being able to plant them just by eye, and it ends up being a perfect perfect row. Hogwarts Mystery. I've not heard of Hogwarts Mystery. I've heard of Hogwarts Legacy. Is that, wait, Hogwarts... What was the Hogwarts game? Got it. Hogwarts Legacy? Look it up. Ah! Oh fuck. What the fuck? I did not hear any warning. Where was the warning of this? Where was the warning? He only broke the crockpots. That's fine. That's fine. Look, stay there for a sec. Let me make some food. Well, now I can't make food. What an asshole. He broke my... Oh, he broke a lot of stuff. What was this? My science machines. Why? Why you gotta be such an asshole? After rebuilding all the things that Beargo broke, I thought it would be a good time to finally start taming a beefalo, so everyone say hello to Fettuccine. I already had a salt lick waiting for him back at home and had the materials for a saddle and a brush, which would speed up the domestication process a fair bit. I decided that I wanted a rider beefalo this time. Carrying heavy things from A to B and getting around quickly were probably the main things I wanted from a beefalo in this run. In hindsight, maybe an ornery beefalo would have worked better with Wormwood's abilities, but I could always get a second one down the road if I wanted, and I was prepared to fight my battles on foot. The next day I took Beggar over to those trees I planted and led them through the reed trap afterwards. Gotta make sure that they get the work done first, because the tentacles are still a bit feisty. And while I'm taming this beefalo, I thought I'd also deliver all the suspicious marble statues to the set piece. This one I had to liberate from a few tentacles beforehand, but it's a pretty good way of killing two birds with one stone. Fettuccine gets to train a bit and I get a boss fight set up. After spending a few days gathering rocks, my kitchen got a little upgrade so I could cook more than 2 meals at a time. This was especially important now that I had another mouth to feed. We can fight claws again. I would like to fight claws actually. Some good things we could get from that. Wrong key. Oops. This was like awful last time we fought. So it's gonna be super easy this time. The bramble armor giving you the extra damage is really fucking good. Especially in this fight because it doesn't hit the deer. Oh, that's hounds? Fuck off. Fuck off. That's so shit. Oh, you're still asleep. Bruh. Alright, get fucked. Hello. See, now that I'm a bit faster, I feel more confident doing like a couple extra hits. I can still get far enough away. It's also nice to be doing this with a dark sword rather than a spear. Yep, there you go. You reckon sack? You reckon I'm gonna get a Krampus sack? Man, I wish I was as optimistic. I reckon scale, some kind of blueprint. I don't know what blueprint, maybe a fun cap. Alrighty, let's see. Alright, gold, good start. More gold. I mean, I was right about something toadstool related. Still got one more chance. Bow bow. Disappointing. Pretty shit loot. Pretty fucking shit loot. Oh well. Fettuccine's training was still ongoing as we approached day 100, and they just don't warn you how many twigs these things can eat. I feel like I'm gathering a new stack of twigs every other day, but I was still making sure to take him out for a ride every day, and he wasn't bucking me off as quickly anymore, so I knew he was pretty close to being fully domesticated. Why does he go red butt? Eh. Oh, you can't cook. Yeah. Let me cook game. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't have the hat on me. No. floaty man. I don't suppose he's gonna let me ride, is he? Is he? Would he let me ride? I don't know. Too much fighting. Fuck. I might have to leave him there and go get the hat. I do have a hat. It's just far away. Let him teleport along. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Watch him like not be horny tomorrow. How much do you want to bet? Is my star still on? It is. Oh. There it is. Yeah, Beefalo. It's not the skin I like, but alrighty. Hello. Oh, for fuck's sake. I fucking knew it. Why do I bother? I'm happy for you though. I'm happy. Fettuccine. It's looking for belly stuff. Well, now you can just eat that. And that was the first 100 days of my solo world as Wormwood. And I'd say it was a pretty solid start. Killed a few early bosses, half cleared the ruins, tamed a beefalo, got a rudimentary base set up with most of the necessities. I think it's a fairly good launch pad for the next 100 days. And I'm not gonna lie, things get a little bit dicey in there. You're definitely gonna want to watch that. And at the time of making this video, this world is still ongoing, so you can even stop into the streams and catch the behind the scenes action if you're interested in that. If you want to support me making these videos, you can become a channel member here or head over to my Patreon. I feel like now more than ever, YouTube ad revenue is very unreliable, so I appreciate those of you that throw a couple dollars my way. It helps a lot. And if you don't have that kind of money but you want to help out anyway, you can always like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.